We're back for another episode of the Exillian Expanse. I've lost count at this point. Doesn't matter.
30 something.
35, I think. Last we left off, it's been a little while. We finished with you guys just roaming around the town of Worm Shadow. Having traveled across from Usilpa Point, encountering some swarmed ash insect crawling creatures that attacked your cart. You pass by a large gathering of Voxian culture, and excuse me, we left off with you guys staying at the Lonely Dragon Inn and going off and buying various cool things, one of which being a box that you were given that you have yet to sort of figure out completely, and some other stuff that, again, I can't remember. We will begin the next day, so you guys have long rested, if you need to note that down.
Yes, I do, because I spent so many spell slots.
With you guys, yeah, you had your long rest. You sort of all slowly would make your way downstairs into the tavern, and there's the same old sort of smattering of different civilians, a couple of what looks to be town guards, and the Dragonborn who is standing behind the bar. Is there anything in particular on anyone's mind as we begin a new day? Mine's empty. Nothing going.
I have to remember what my robe of eyes does.
Just a hamster wheel of nothingness.
Yes.
I'm like Fuecoco. There's not a thought behind my eyes. I'm just a
Still
little
in
guy.
the cart, so I'm just hanging out with
Yeah.
the box.
Yeah. Rain, you got all your potions that you wanted, by the way.
Okay.
If you didn't mark them on your character sheet.
I did.
Oh no, I did do identify already.
Yeah,
We know what the box is, we just don't know what it's in it.
We don't know what's in it. Yes.
That was the thing. Yes.
So I essentially want to find a place where we could put whatever's in it in a pit where it can't escape, with like an anti-magic circle around it. And if I need to, I will recapture said Pokemon, and or convince it that I'm its new master. And maybe like Charizard, we have a very big heart-to-heart where I save its life, and then it finally does what I want it to do. Yeah. And I have a cool new robe. And I work on making F a little tiny one that I paint eyeballs on. Yeah.
No, nothing else on my part, at least.
Yeah, I'm ready to go. I do not plan on opening this Pokeball until I talk to somebody about it and or figure out a way to do that safely. Because ain't no way I'm unleashing a potential god and or angry dude. I also would find it to be really funny if it was just like, there's a cat in here.
I doubt it's a cat.
Yeah, I do too. I'm guessing it's some type of monster from the monster manual, but other than that, no. I'm ready to go. I'm restocked. No cloak of protection yet, but eventually I'll get 20 AC.
Okay. As you guys are finishing up your breakfast, can someone make me a perception check?
Yeah, I have advantage on those. I think Vaughn, you might have a higher stat though.
You can go ahead and roll it.
Cool. It's a 17 and an 18 plus 6, so 24.
Yeah, you're sort of conversating, talking amongst yourselves. You notice in the tavern, because there's not a lot of windows, there's a lot of candles and the hearth and things like that. And you're watching as you're sat around the table, the candle on the table, you look at it and it's about halfway down. You guys are talking, eating. As you go to leave, you sort of look down and the candle is full, like right to the top. There's no wax that's been dripped off it, but it's still lit.
Quote. I point it out and I go, "That's weird." Do that. I look at the barkeep and I go, "Are these candles magic? Do they
No.
reset themselves?"
No, I don't think so.
Did something come? I have true sight. Did something come and swap the candle out?
No, as far as you
Cool.
are aware.
That's weird. That's suspicious. I point it out and I go, I don't know what did that. I'm creeped out. Let's leave. And I walk outside.
Yeah.
Don't
I'll be
remember what
extra careful and look around more, but
Yeah.
you know, poor perception, so I'll try.
Yeah. I mean, the big thing is I know we were told like there's a wormling under the city and that like we need to be careful and that like we shouldn't spend too much time here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you going straight to the stables to gather your things?
And our geo, yeah.
And your geo,
Yes.
yeah?
Yeah. Yeah.
Personal geo.
I give F his tiny cloak. That has painted eyeballs on it, so we match again.
Yeah, you can see that as you guys all come together and sort of get the horses ready, as prepared to leave, where the tavern is, it sort of keeps going into a small market square. You can see a blacksmith is standing outside, sort of hammering glowing iron into the curve of a horseshoe. As you begin to move your cart along, in front of you, there's a woman pushing a cart with apples that have been piled really high up, and the wooden wheels sort of rattling under the across the uneven stone. It hits a crack, and the entire thing tips sideways, and the apples sort of spill across the street in this bright red wave. You watch as she begins to kneel down, gathering all the different pieces of fruit, and sort of ladles it back onto the cart. As you continue on, can someone make me a perception check?
That is a 22.
A few minutes later, you watch the same cart sort of rattle past you, and it's got the same. You notice exactly where it is. It's the right wheel. It's wobbling, and as it's moving along, same thing happens. It strikes a crack in the stone, tips, and the apples spill across the street. And you watch the woman like, ah, "Damn wheel," and begin picking up the apples and putting them back on the cart.
Shit. Yeah, we've been Groundhog's Day. We're time trapped.
What do you mean time trapped?
Well, so that lady and her cart have gone around, and then they split them all, and then they all got cleaned up. And then she turned the corner, and the same lady, same exact series of events. So we're stuck in a time loop. Things seem to be repeating. The candle in the bar while we were eating breakfast burned, and then got to a point, and then something reset it. And I don't know what that was.
We don't have
That means that I
any.
can go on a killing spree?
No. I don't know if people come back.
Would I have any sort of inclination of what could possibly cause that?
I will say, make me a Arcana check.
Nope. An 8. I'm dumb as hell.
Well, it's just not something you would have encountered or really learnt about.
Hmm. What would happen if we try and leave? I'll sort of pose to the group. Do you think we'll get reset as well?
Can I take out a dagger and like cut part of my hand to
Mhm.
just try to keep track of what is resetting?
Sure, yeah, absolutely. You just sort of score a light mark down, trickle of blood. It doesn't seem to heal or like reset or anything. It is still staying there.
Yep, I'm just gonna keep an eye on it, see if it at any point does reset.
Anyone else?
Yeah. I'm gonna say let's see if we can. I'm not opposed to seeing if we can move about the town unimpeded and or leave unimpeded. So, if we want to try, worst case scenario, we get sent back here.
Yeah. I'll also I'll quickly go to the woman with the apples, or who's on her second time, I suppose. And we're like, oh, let me help you. Hi, I'm Maria. What's your name?
Oh, hi. I'm Mary.
Hi, Mary. And I'll help her put the apples back, and I'll return. And that's all I do. I just drop my name there.
Okay. Who's driving the car?
I can.
Okay.
If
Can
nobody
you
else
make me
wants
a
to.
survival check.
Yeah. Nat 20 plus 6, 26.
Okay. Yeah, it doesn't take you that long to navigate your way through Worm Shadow. You begin to move your way down the hill that this city sort of built on, and the cart begins to move across the bridge that goes north. As it does, you begin to feel the heat of the sun. As you can see, it's now rising across the landscape, and all around you can see that very acrid, barren sort of landscape. As the glare hits each of your eyes, can you all make a wisdom saving throw for me?
Sure.
Really
17.
close.
Me too.
I'll get them in a minute.
The digital dice are on top of my saving. There we go. 16.
18.
Okay. So you all pass.
Okay, cool.
Sorry, I just need my dice. Nope. Okay, you only take 5 points of psychic damage.
Oh.
Oh.
And since
Cool.
you are driving
Everyone?
that's everyone, yeah, so it's only half.
Okay.
Since you are driving the cart, Bleeny, we will begin with you as you smell frying onions and warm light sort of filtered through and hits your face. Somewhere below, someone's laughing, a chair scrapes, there's footsteps across the sort of floor beneath you, and you wake up and you are in a bed. In an inn. And you know exactly where you are.
Son of a bitch! And you just hear me go, fuck! Just very loudly. You just all hear Bellini shout "fuck." He gets stressed, goes down, eats his gets a plate of breakfast in a to-go bag, and then finds the rest of the group and brings Shio his food in a to-go bag. And or I'll just have Eth run back in with the bowls if they won't give it in if we don't have a to-go option. You'll just see a tiny doll.
As you're
fine.
going
Okay.
through the floorboards of the inn, you hear like a mug shatter, and someone downstairs curses, and they're like, "Damn it, second one this week." And are you heading straight to Geo, or are you getting the other two first?
I'm gonna grab the other two and
Okay.
see if they know exactly where we are as well. If they realize what's happened.
Sure, I would. Or is
I
there
grab-
something that I wouldn't liking?
I grab Ku.
As each of you wake up or are woken up by Bellini, you can remember everything. You know that when you wake up, your things like your armor and your pack is where you left it the night before. So the cart, Geo, is all in the same place that it was before.
I want to head outside and find the lady, Mary. And when I find her, I go, "Hi, Mary. Do you remember me?"
Yeah, I'd say because you guys are doing this a little bit quicker, you can see that she hasn't moved the cart. Like, the cart's just off to one side, and she's seemingly just going about her day. You come across, you stop her, she says, "Hi," and you see her face sort of frowns for a minute. Larea, right?
Yes. It's lovely to see you. Mind the cart, and I'll return to the group, and I'll report, like, they seem to remember a bit. She remembered my name.
Did you fix the wheel?
That would have been nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, it would
Well,
have
it's a
been.
good thing I'm not nice.
Yeah.
It's okay, neither am I.
I walk over and I fix the wheel. I go, "Hi, wait, Larea was being kind of a dick and didn't fix this."
How are you
and then I fixed
fixing
it.
the wheel?
I take out I like it's wobbly. I like take out a hammer and nail off the wagon and I like secure the wheel on the axle so it doesn't fall. I tighten it up.
Okay.
I turn the screws so it doesn't wobble as much and I go, "Just be careful over uneven ground."
I'm just
I don't know
sort of
how long
looking at
this-
it like, are we really going to do this right now?
I don't know how long this patch will last, but like, it's better than it being wobbly.
Is my hand still cut?
Yes.
Okay.
So damage persists. Fuck.
And it was just a flash of light, and then we all woke up
Yeah,
in
it's almost
the inn.
like as you guys move, it's like the glare of the sun, and you guys wake up. Yeah.
Cool.
Hmm.
Cool.
I don't have
I
like.
can't say this is the strangest thing that's happened, but it's one of the strangest.
Yeah.
It's definitely up there.
I'll throw out, like, do you think it could be the box? Because it seems sort of like the entire town, but that's why would the entire town be permanently in a loop?
I can open the box.
What's in the bar?
Yeah, hold on. Let me find the box on my. Yeah, reliquary of difference. Of deference. Do I know how to open the box, and do I know how to put whatever's back in the box?
Make
the
an Arcana
identify
check.
spell.
Maybe on a card.
Did the identify spell help with that at all?
Let me double check. Wow, I couldn't spell for a minute. That's crazy.
I can never spell, so it's all good.
Yes, because it says specifically you learn how to use them.
Cool. Is there someplace less densely occupied in this town where I could open this, and if it's bad, not instantly kill a bunch of people?
I'd say with that survival check earlier, yes, but the only place you can think of is the graveyard.
That's fine.
But you do know how to open it, and it requires a sacrifice of an equal measure to the creature
open
you're
it?
putting in it.
So the box has to be permanently occupied.
Not necessarily. No, you just have to sacrifice something of equal measure.
But I don't know what's in the box. I don't think this is the box's fault. Unless it is.
That high... what did you get for your Arcana? Did you roll it?
Oh, I can roll it. Not yet. That is a 9. Plus 0, 9.
It's a good guess.
Unless I can use my wisdom score because I'm a druid and that's how I cast magic.
Yeah, because you're a druid, sure. Yeah. What's
Okay.
that bump up to?
What?
What does
it bumps it up to a 12.
It's a good guess, yeah, that it's probably not the box.
Like it seems like this box is designed to like contain. Knowing what we know about the box, I feel like it wouldn't let like magic seep out of the box.
No,
yeah,
that would be bad.
Yeah. I don't think it's the box currently, but we'll figure out what to do with this in a second.
Sorry.
I go. God. Is there a wizard or like some type of magic building here in this town? I don't know what's in this town, so.
Not as far as you can tell, no.
Okay.
With a survival, again, with that high survival check, you did see like a couple of old half-melted towers. So if there was a wizard, they'd probably live in a tower. You know about the bookshop and the potion alchemist guy?
Yeah.
But those are sort of the extent.
And there was a magic item shop.
You know that wizards are probably conscripted, and there are magisters in this city. So if you wanted to talk to someone who knew magic, you could talk to them.
Yeah. Group, do we want to go talk to the feds?
I mean, no, but yes.
I think I should stay with the box because I'll just start a fight.
Okay.
Can I would like to try and see if I still am able to connect with a share.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, is there a Church of the Trinity here?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's very basic from what you can see. It's not very opulent, whereas most of the other ones that you've seen so far have been.
I'll try and pray again to a share and touch the necklace and like specifically call him out like, Share, can you hear me? Are you still here?
Can you roll me a percentile dice?
Oops. That is a. Oh my god. I rolled a 2 and 2 0, so that's a 2, I think. Yes, that must be a 2 then.
Yeah, on a 2, it's just like fog. You can't feel anything.
I start panicking.
Um,
I'm like, guys, I don't feel a shit. We might be cut off from reality. I don't know. I don't know if my magic would even still work if he's not here. Um it's like fully panic. Start hyperventilating.
I look at Ku and I go, "Do you have any ideas? Because I got nothing."
Nothing that's not gonna loop us a few times.
Okay. Well,
He's just running through possibilities of how many times he can kill himself before it's real.
Well, if we don't want to go talk to the Magisters, which I think should probably be a plan B, why don't we try to figure out if there are rules to this whole thing?
Yeah. Yeah. Because maybe it's like within a certain boundary whenever we leave the town. I mean, I would assume something like that. And there's also the villagers that seem to sort of remember something. Because the lady knew my name, and I'd never met her before our first loop.
I mean, we've only looped once technically, so.
Yes.
Can I go buy an apple from said lady?
Mm-hmm.
Great. I walk towards the edge of town and I chuck the apple as far as I can out of the town.
Yeah, just
Does it disappear?
No.
Okay. Items can leave. Interesting. Y'all, I have a thought, but I need you to stay here. If I don't come back in like what time is, and I like look up at the sun, and if it's like, if I'm not back in 5 minutes, walk down and loop. I'm gonna see if one of us loops, we all loop independently,
Okay.
or do we loop as a group?
Interesting.
And I walk out of the edge of town to where like it all went blurry and whatnot.
I want to send Morrow somewhat after him, like in the sky, just to have a good sightline on what happens.
Okay.
And watch.
Bellini, can you make me a wisdom saving throw?
Yeah. 18 again.
Very nice. It's only another 6 points of psychic damage.
And I wake up?
Yes.
Is it the morning again?
Mm-hmm.
Great. I put all my shit on. I like grab it all real quick. Now that I have to put anything on, I just like grab my bag. I walk out. I open the door to Lorea/Ku's room. Are they in their beds?
We will find out. For the other three, you guys watch them leave. You watch Bellini walk out of the perimeter, and as he's reaching the edge of where this bridge is, he just sort of fades out of view, almost like transparently drifting off. What is your plan for the rest of the day?
So we did see where he disappeared, right? like the somewhat of a boundary.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to walk up probably 10 feet from where the bridge is and
Yeah.
look around, see if I can see anything out of the ordinary.
Okay. Yeah. Make me investigation or perception.
Oof.
Just a 10.
On a 10, you don't see anything out of the ordinary, but you can see this sort of low, sort of orange fog beneath the bridge. That sort of ever so slightly is pouring over parts of the stone of where you walk. You don't really spot anything that you can see that's out of what you saw when you came in. Anything else?
I can try talking to a dead person. If we're sticking to talking to the feds as plan B, I can try a dead fellow first. Bloom's dying in the meantime.
I'm gonna be the dead person.
We had found a cemetery, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I want to mold earth some poor dead guy out of his coffin, and I want to cast Speak with Dead.
Okay. What does it look like as you cast Speak with Dead?
There's like a sickly green energy that comes from my hand as I sort of lift it up telekinetically. And you just hear like a bunch of spooky voices whisper around, like constantly whispering. I forgot to do it stealthily. Fuck. Okay, doesn't matter. It's too late.
Okay. When you sort of sink that magic into the bones, you hear this very dry, almost hollow tinkling sound as its jaw twitches and it comes to life. And looks up at you with this like burning green.
Do you know of a time loop in this town? I ask it.
No.
Have you ever... Nope. Stop. Who would I go to for such info?
Someone powerful.
Who is powerful here?
I need to figure something out.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. He who sleeps below.
How do we get there?
Tunnels.
I should have asked him to be more specific about that. That is such bullshit. I say that out loud. My last question. What should we watch out for?
Danger.
Cool. And I drop him very unceremoniously. I don't even bother covering up his grave. And I loop that back to Geo and Ku. Like, okay, we need to probably talk to the worm that sleeps underneath. Something about tunnels, and I suppose we should maybe follow Bellini and hope we end up back together again. I I don't want another headache, to be honest, but I don't want to be without Bellini when we go into the tunnels.
Why don't we just check the inn instead of...
You are so
You know where
smart.
he-
That's why we travel together.
On
Yes,
the
let me know if
way
you
to
find
the
him.
on the
Sorry,
way
Bob.
to the inn, can I like look out for anything in Thieves' Camp?
Ooh,
Any
yeah.
markings or anything?
Yeah, make me a perception check.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
How's it going, bud?
That would be in that one.
Ooh. You do not see any I'd say even with a 1, you see one that marks the tavern as a safe house, and that's it. Which is like, you already know that it's a tavern. Okay.
Yeah, let's go to the tavern then and see if we can pick up Bellini.
Okay. You
So we go
guys
to the tavern.
go back to the tavern. The Dragonborn's behind the bar, cleaning a glass. As you walk in, it's deja vu again. There's the same people at the same tables. You do notice that, like, what they're drinking is slightly different. Maybe by 1 or 2 things, or what they're eating, maybe what they're saying, but they are there. And as you walk your way up to Bellini's room, you open the door, it's empty.
But that's meta knowledge. Okay. Do I have a good reason to go to my own room and find him there? Can I explain that away in character?
I mean, I would go see if he's looking for us. It's later in the day. I imagine if he's waking up, it's when we naturally woke up.
Yeah. Bellini!
Do I hear them shouting?
Ooh. Make me a perception check, and you want to get a 30.
A 30?
A 30.
That's not possible, but sure.
If you get a 20.
Oh, that's true. No, I rolled a 9 and an 11, so it's 17
You
and a 15.
do not hear them.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming we don't see him. We don't find him.
No.
Can I, assuming I woke up earlier in the day than them, can I walk to where they were? Can I like time it so I end up at the edge of town at the same time right before I walked out of town?
I can't explain that until they tell me how they're progressing with the rest of their day.
Fair enough.
Well, I think we should then just head into whatever it is that lies beyond that bridge. Because again, I'm not looking for that headache, but I just don't want to be separated from Bellini. I think we're stronger as a group. Or do you want to find things out before we do that?
I mean, I'd really rather not do that at all.
Yeah.
I don't have I'm not, I don't have a ton of HP.
Yeah. I'd send Morrow out, but he has 1 HP, so I'm not doing that.
I mean, I'll go out. I have no problem, but
Well,
I
it's the
also
thing
like
that
just
I
sitting in the
can't
car.
psychic. It's also that I can't psychically link with you. That
True.
was my whole reasoning to send out Moro and stick him with Bellini, but he'll die in the process. That's um
Well, that's a good
okay.
question. Did Morrow cross the boundary?
No,
Okay.
no, absolutely not. Just needed a bird's eye view because I didn't know if we would be able to see him,
No, that's fine.
so I looked through his eyes. No, I'm not killing my baby boy. I'll ask Moro to circle around town and try and find any sort of sign of a tunnel, perhaps commune with other birds. I'm assuming he is able to, while we think up another plan for ourselves.
Yeah, make me a perception check using Morrow's spats.
Let me see. 14.
Not anything it can see. On a 14. You do get the. I guess if you look through his eyes, you can also see it. It's definitely like a blend of these melted stone buildings and then the newer sort of wood and stone constructions around them. So you can tell which buildings are older than others. Aside from that, you do not see any holes or tunnels or caves that would look like you can go.
Yeah. I'll ask the barkeep if they do mining work here in this town.
So nods his head. Yeah, a little bit, but we don't really do it in the town. It's more just in the mountains nearby.
I
We
never
don't,
had any.
with the rumors of the city. We don't particularly want to go digging down there.
What's the rumors?
Of the sleeping worm.
Oh, rumors. Sorry. Yeah, I thought roamers as in plural things. Sorry. Yeah,
No,
I get it.
No.
Yeah. No, I totally get it. Do people ever communicate with the worm?
I think some people tried a while back.
Who would those people be?
The Magisters.
Yeah.
There was some fancy-looking folk.
Blonde hair.
You see, he furrows his brow.
Pink dress. Kind of stuck up.
Yes, she looked like she had a stick up there.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks. I'll report back to. We gotta talk to the feds. This is Magister bullshit. And I couldn't find any tunnels. Or at least spy on the feds. Maybe not talk, just. I can pose as a guard. Try and be important.
How do we know they're not the ones
fit.
causing this, though?
Well, yeah. I'm assuming they are. Because they tried to communicate with the worm, but if we want to solve it, I suppose we look at the cause of it.
Okay. You have a guess about where they would stay, which is probably, knowing what you know about Magus, is probably the most impressive looking place they would find. So heading towards the northern quarter, there's a very large looking tower. Part of it's slightly melted in, so you know that this was at least existed before everything that happened. And as you approach, it just looks like a tower with a small sort of courtyard path up to it. No sort of greenery anywhere, and just a massive, heavy oak door.
Mm-hmm.
As far as you can tell, you can't see anyone around here.
Okay. I would like to check my surroundings a little bit more thoroughly.
Mm-hmm. What are you looking
Oh, I don't have
for?
Mask of Many Faces anymore. Well, it doesn't even matter anymore. I was going to do Mask of Many Faces, but because I had to respec, I don't have it anymore, so it doesn't matter.
Okay.
Well, I'll stay good old Larea, and I'll sort of like scrape my throat and knock.
As you knock on the door sort of creaks slightly open.
I slither in.
Okay. For the other two, what are you guys doing?
I will follow Larea, not trying to get more separated than we have been.
Okay. Yeah, you guys both sort of slip in. You get that whiff of parchment and ink. I'd say for Larea, you get a waft of... it's hard to quantify, but you've always known that the arcane has like a taste and like a feel to it. And you get like ozone. It is like, it's not it's manufactured magic that just wafts in your direction, and it's humming all around the walls. And as you look around, there is copper and brass wiring up some parts of the stone, and in the middle, around a circular stone table, there are 3 magisters. One of them is pointing to a map. Another one is writing on a chalkboard, and the last one is sort of standing with his arms crossed and his hands at his lip. But what you notice is, as you enter, none of them look your way. And you wait a moment, and you watch as across the chalkboard they move something, and then it sort of glitches and they move back. And then they do the same thing, and then it glitches and they move back again.
Okay. Can I sort of scan the room for like other hallways, entryways, exits, even? Yeah.
There's a couple of there's one locked door. There's a couple of smaller looking rooms. You open one and it's just like a broom closet, and close that one. You open the next one, it seems to be a very small library. Not much else other than just the central sort of tower with the long staircase that goes up.
Do the magisters seem to not notice me or ignore me?
They don't seem to see your presence at all. They are stuck in, I'd say, like a second as they are glitching back and forth.
Okay. I'll point out the locked door to Ku. And in the meantime, I'm going to try and approach them and get their attention.
I'll pick that lock. Or try to.
Of course. Yeah, make me a sleight of hand with your proficiency.
Oh,
19.
God.
Yeah, you sort of click it open, open the door. As you open it up, there is what appears to be like a couple of desks with lanterns that are still burning on them, but you notice the flame is doing that 1 second flicker. There is a map of Worm Shadow pinned to the wall. It's quite large, and I'd say you don't even need to look at it because you can see like thin charcoal lines are snaking across the map, but they don't match the streets. And as you're looking at it, you're like, okay, that could be maybe tunnels. On the desk, there is a chunk of sort of grey stone. It looks like you could just like a piece of architecture that someone's taken, with a glyph of a serpent eating itself. So it's an Ouroboros that is just sat on the desk, and there's a series of papers beside it.
I'll just straight up take the map down. I was gonna say I'll sketch it, but
yeah, it's
why
pretty big,
bother?
but it's very able to like take off and just fold it. It's not hard.
yeah.
Anything else while you're in that room?
I don't think so. I don't. The map seemed like the only important thing to coup.
Maybe an insight check if you want.
Sure. Jesus. 11.
You
Yeah,
got
the
my
map
curse.
the map would be important to keep for sure. It'd be good to take with you because now you can maybe figure out where the entrances are. For Larea, you said you were going to try and get their attention.
Yes. I'm going to carefully approach them.
Okay, I'd say you approach the one that's pointing at the table with just a map of Worm Shadow on it. This one doesn't have any notations of anything else on it. They don't seem to like move to look in your direction. As you look over at the one who's sort of just looking, you notice his eyes in that fraction of a second do sort of flick your way before they're reset. And the one on the chalkboard is too focused on whatever the chalkboard is.
I'll try and see what they are looking at and try and sort of clock what they aren't talking, right? Or they are?
No, none of them are.
I'll try and clock what they are looking at.
So the man that is just standing there looking, his eyes seem to look at the table and then look at the chalkboard and then look back.
And what's on the table?
Just a map of Worm Shadow. It just seems to be a top-down, very procedural, bureaucratic map of the layout. I will say, because you used Mara to look at this earlier, it's definitely older, because there isn't any of the new additions on this table.
And what's on the board?
Can you make me... investigation? Or... Nope, just investigation.
7.
There are several locations circled. And it's like a... Looking at the table and then the blackboard, chalkboard, and then the table again, it seems to be a crude version of the map. But things have been drawn in different places. So like on the map where the shrine is, the indication for where the Temple of the Trinity is, which is usually just a triangle, they've drawn it in a different place. And where the markings for things like the older districts and the taverns, they're all in different places. And they've connected them with lines. And even on a 7, you notice that the lines when you connect them up, make a spiral.
Okay.
Because that's not trying to deduct what that means. You can just see that on the board.
Yeah. Okay. I'll look at the guy who sort of flicked his eyes towards me before resetting. And I'll say, I'll start talking aloud. I'll be like, I was sent from Isilper Point on important confidential matters. Are you aware that you are stuck? Can you blink twice if you understand me?
Nothing changes.
They don't blink?
No.
Okay, then I'll leave them be. I'll look up Ku. And I'll share what I saw about the spiral and the map. I'm assuming that it's going to be it's heavily going to be have something to do with the worm, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I'd say as Ku sort of comes back with the giant map and shows you it, you notice that the fuck? The charcoal, sorry, every time I say something really loudly, I just hear like a metallic echo. I think I'm going crazy. What the fuck is that? Okay, I'm gonna stop getting distracted. As he shows you the map, you notice that the sort of chalk lines, where on the chalkboard they removed the Shrine of the Trinity, that is one of the entrances for the tunnel.
Okay. I'll also fill Ku in, like, they don't seem to notice us. I try and communicate, but they are fully stuck. So.
That sounds like a later problem to me.
Oh yeah, I wasn't planning on saving them, honestly, but maybe they could have helped us, but they are unaware. Trinity, then?
Yeah.
Let's get our big hunk of meat and go to the church.
Okay. As you guys make your way to the newer Shrine to the Trinity, is this very simple looking domed stone construction, almost like an igloo. And the door itself does make that triangle. You see a couple of people moving about. There seems to be an old man tending to the garden, as there always is. As per usual. Can someone make me a perception check as you're doing that?
Sure.
That's
There we
better.
go. 24.
Ooh.
Hey. Oh, bother.
On a 24, you don't, it's more to confirm you don't notice anyone sort of observing you. Everything seems to be going like a normal day would, and you haven't been to this part yet, so if you want to go inside, I'd say the doors are already open, and you get that smell of incense and candles. There's very simple rows of pews, an altar at the end. Sunlight filters through the windows, and much like our churches, it has been specifically faced so that the sun sort of casts a glow on whoever is speaking to the rest of their congregation, as if to propel them to more holiness. The thing you do notice is as you're walking in, the candles move like they normally would, like a normal candle. Things are sort of burning as they do. And as you walk down the aisle towards the altar, you can see that the sort of floor, whereas the outside is a very basic looking grey stone, the floor is like this beautiful white marble with green tiles interlaced in between them, and then brown tiles interlaced in between those. And I'd say on a 24, you don't even need to make the next roll. You can see that they serpentine their way up behind the altar.
I will follow the tile path to behind the altar.
Okay. As you sort of make your way behind this statue of three figures, one's hooded and sort of praying, one is tending to a flower, and the other one is holding up a lantern. They're all sort of built so they merge into one another, and as you move behind it where the tiles lead you, right at the back there is this ornamental dragon's head stone that looks like at one point maybe it would spew out water to form some sort of water feature, but it's long dried up and there are cracks moving through the workings of the stone and bits of ivy and things like that. We shift to Bellini. As you move to investigate your friends' rooms, you find them all empty.
Okay.
Their stuff is not there.
Okay. So as of right now, they are somewhere out and about. I would like to go to I want to grab some bread from the barkeep.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go outside and I am going to trace our steps from like the cart, me fixing the wheel, up to the moment where I disappear. And I want to like
Okay.
follow that timeline of events, trying to match it time-wise, because I very specifically, before I crossed the boundary, noted what time it was, like where the sun was in the sky. Because I either want to try to regroup with the group before then, but I grabbed the bread as a backup plan because I'm going to, if I do not regroup with the party, I'm going to go to the graveyard because graveyards tend to be pretty empty, but full of birds. I'm gonna so yeah, that's my backup plan. So no, I have a sneaky plan to try to find the group and or Moro. So yeah, do I meet up with the party having followed the timeline of events up to where I disappear?
The first thing you notice is as things replay again, so you wake up, you go to check on your friends, because you do everything in such a rush, you hear that smash of the mug downstairs and the bartender complaining. Yep. You go outside, look at the cart, and the cart has a fixed wheel.
Interesting. So some things will carry over, is what I'm learning.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so it's not a true reset outside of, I guess, wherever the spell originates from. Okay, this is very good information.
And as you're moving through the city, can you make me a perception check?
Yeah. That is a 16.
Okay.
The other one was a 1, so shout out to Cloak of Eyes.
On a 16, you noticed the day before when that cart hit a crack in the stone, and as you're walking along, because she hasn't reached it yet, you sort of cast your eyes down and the crack is bigger. and you're moving along. You see the same person, like a market stall. They're trading goods, but they are trading a different thing as they are paying for it and receiving it. You make
the crack
it to
is bigger.
The crack is bigger, and you make it to the boundary, and you sort of look up at the sky and wait, and no one else appears.
Okay, great. I go to the graveyard.
Mm-hmm.
I crumble up the bread. I throw it out until there's a group of birds now eating the bread. Like I'm at the park feeding ducks. I then cast animal. I use my Staff of the Woodlands. I like do it sneakily.
Mm-hmm.
And I will use my Staff of the Woodlands to cast Animal Friendship over this group of birds. And then I will cast Speak with Animals using my Staff of the Woodlands, consuming 2 total charges. And I go, hi, I'm looking for this other bird named Moro and a big hippo man, a sneaky stabby man, and a goth bitch. If you see them, come find me and let the bird Moro, he's a crow, raven? Crow?
I think
right?
he's a crow.
Great.
No, I think he's a raven.
He's a raven, great. I couldn't remember exactly off the top of my head, but I was like, he's a crow, he's a raven, they're blackbirds.
One of them. He's a corvid. Actually,
Yeah, he's one of those. Yeah, they're corvids.
No, I mean,
Yes,
I don't
they're
remember
corvids.
if it's a crow or raven.
Oh, great. Lorraine will tell us.
He's a raven.
Thank
There
you. He's a raven. So if you find this raven, come tell me. There's somewhere in the town. I will bring you more bread if you also enlist your friends in helping me. And I pull out a second loaf of bread out of my backpack, and I go, see? And then I put it back in my backpack. So this could be yours if you help me find my friends.
Okay, make me a persuasion check with advantage because of your animal friendship.
Yeah. That is, what is my persuasion? +4. That's a 19.
19? Yeah, 19. They're like,
19.
yeah, of course, we can do that. And they will fly off in different directions. I will say you notice as you're looking around, there is a grave that has earth thrown asunder, and there is a skeleton. Sort of looks like he's fallen into his own crotch. Just kind of.
So Lorraine was here, cool. And I like very nicely lay his body back down, and I spend like 5 minutes pushing as much dirt as I can back over it, and then I make the sign of Zephyrix and the Trinity over the grave, and I druid craft sneakily a flower. So it looks nice. And then I just kind of meander my way around throughout the town looking to see what has changed and what hasn't as I watch this flock of birds in the sky.
Can you make me 2 sleight of hands? And this is to see if you can cast your magic secretly.
Yeah. Okay, the first one is a 19.
Cool.
The second one is a 16.
Okay. You are pretty sure that no one saw you do it, but you're not
Great.
sure if magisters have like devices that might be able to tell. But another thing you think about is as you're looking around, you're like, you don't see them anywhere. Like usually they're walking around town and being stuffy.
If I have to kill a magister, I'll kill a magister. It happens. I've accepted the reality is I'm stuck, and by myself, I'm gonna use what I can to my advantage.
No, it's just more the sort of, if they have devices, they have not arrived. So where are they?
Yeah.
More thing.
And then I head towards the magister's tower, I guess. As I go, let's find out.
Yeah, as your birds fly off, you're clocking around. So I will say, you will have advantage on some checks if you need them in another loop. But
Cool.
Who knows?
Cool.
You walk up to the base of this tower. You're all insightful. You don't need to roll. Insightful enough to be like, they're probably going to pick the biggest building. And as you walk up, the door is opened. There are 3 people standing around a table. Sorry, 1 person pointing at the table. Same thing as before.
Yeah.
There is one door completely open that looks like it has a lock on it. There's one door sort of like slightly ajar. You can see a broom in there maybe. And you also get that waft of very it's mechanical, it's like artificial arcane that wafts over you.
Cool. It smells very different from my nature magic. Gotcha.
Yeah. I will say, as you walk in, whereas before, as an audience, we see one man pointing at the map, one man sort of thinking, and another one drawing. There are now 2 people at the chalkboard, and the man who was thinking is now pointing at whatever they're drawing.
Can I walk closer, not directly up to it, but somewhere where I can see the chalkboard and what they are drawing / writing?
Yeah.
And I pull out a notebook and I go to write down whatever they're writing.
Excuse me. Almost burped.
Excuse me. Yeah.
Yeah, like I said before, it seems to be a very crude, slightly different drawing of Worm Shadow in different orientation. If you want, you can make an investigation as you're looking at all the different diagrams.
I got a 13 plus 0. 13.
13. I would say because you're a druid, you notice a symbol that would indicate wild magic. So
Okay.
any magic that is not controlled or summoned, it is just in itself wild.
Yeah.
13. Yeah, just same as before. It's not very accurate. They all form that sort of spiral towards the middle.
Is the Magister's Tower the middle of that spiral?
No.
Interesting.
It is just
Where on
the
the
central point of the city.
The tower is this. The Magister's
No,
Tower is the central point.
The spiral.
Gotcha. What do I know is in the central point of the city? Is there like a well? Is there a square?
There
is
is
it a building?
there is the market square on which the tavern sits, slightly off.
So our tavern that we've been staying at is in the middle of the city on that square, but not the direct middle.
Yeah.
Is the crack the middle of the city?
Yes, and you can take a point of inspiration.
Cool. Okay. My gut feeling above table is the worm is waking up and somebody has casted this magic loop because the worm, like, my gut feeling is like something is waking up coming from below the center of the city and is slowly emerging out of the center of the city. That is my gut feeling, but I don't know if it's true or not.
As you're standing in this room, can you make me a perception check?
Yeah. That is a 3 plus 6, 9, or a 19 plus 6, 25.
You are so Loki. Loki? You are so Loki. You have that cloak. Yeah, you look across to the door that is now unlocked and open. And like before, there is a massive sort of piece of a building, it looks like, with a serpent eating its own tail and a bunch of papers on this desk. And someone seems to have pulled down, and you can tell that something was hung up there because there's like a outline of dust. They pulled something off the wall. Okay.
Can I look through the papers next to that marking of the building with the Ouroboros on it?
Sure. Excuse me, sorry. It seems to be a report that of debris recovered from sinkhole. There also seems to be handwriting that becomes very like frantic. You can make out that the disturbance seems to expand outwards with each cycle. And I'd say you also, yeah, with that high perception, you also catch things like bindings broken, and not much else.
Yeah, cool. I take them with me because I don't know if I have the time to copy them, so I'm just taking this report. The building that has the Ouroboros on it, where in the city is that?
You have not seen it.
I have not seen it.
And I will say, bearing in mind you specifically said you were going to spend time walking through the city, you have yet to see something that would match this color of stone or the architecture that it seems to come from.
And it doesn't, like, there's no, it's not on a map, it's just this building with an Ouroboros on it?
No, it's literally a piece of stone.
Imagine
if you see like a bit of a, I don't know, an old cottage that's fallen off.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It's like if I stole a rock from Stonehenge. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Essentially, yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. How tall is this tower?
Ooh, great question. Maybe 100 feet, 150 feet.
Great.
Quite tall.
Is there a way to get up?
Yeah, there's stairs.
Are there stairs? Great.
Yeah.
I climb the stairs and I go up onto the balcony if there's a balcony, and I look over the city to see if I can find a building that matches the stone. And I specifically turn also and look back at the cliffs. This is like a city above with some cliffs nearby, right?
Yes.
With caves and whatnot. Great. And I also want to like check the cliff face out to see if I find similar colored stone that might have marked the entrance of a cave or something.
Ooh, yeah. Yeah, make me a perception check. And you get advantage anyway. So I don't need to.
That's a 2 + 6, 8, and a 11 + 6, 17.
You don't see any buildings that it matches, but I will say that you see, because as it sits, One Shadow sits on this, essentially it's like an island, like it's got a moat of caverns that go around it with this fog. Yeah. As part of the breeze moves by and the fog sort of drifts, you notice that the color gets closer to what you have the further down it goes. So like as the ground has layered over each other, obviously it changes in its texture and its color, and it's closer as the further down you go.
Okay. So we're gonna have to go low to find this thing. Okay.
Go low.
This maybe came from the worm cave. Okay. Cool. I make a note of that, and then I try to like figure out a way to get down there from my like high vantage point of like how would we get to this lower area safely and have a quick way out in case we wake up this worm and we need to run away.
I will say with your high perception check, you also notice that one of it looks like maybe like a barn or like a big building that you would store stuff in is lopsided towards the southern edge of the city. It's not somewhere that people would normally go, but it's like...
Cool. I make a note to investigate that with my friends when we reconnect. When I find them. Yeah, do my birds check in, or are they still flying around?
Yeah, a couple of times they come back to you. They do not have any news that they can tell you.
That's fine. I will feed them. I say, great. And I will go back and I will be like, listen, do this again tomorrow, and I will feed you more bread. And I give them the current loaf of bread, and I'll get more bread for them.
As this is all happening, and you're still sort of moving around, I will say that roll me a luck check. Roll me a D6, and you want anything but a 1.
D6.
Yeah.
I got a 5.
Okay. On a 5, there is a moment where you're sort of retracing the steps just again to make sure. And as you do, you see a very large sort of flicker of a figure that are moving towards a direction. And then they sort of fade out. And I would say,
so
knowing this, there are only a couple of people who are that tall.
yeah. So I'm on a different day cycle than them.
That is what you would guess, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So eventually we will reconnect and sync up. I just either have to wait for their day to end for them to catch up with me or for them to exit the boundary. Okay. I am going to go once I've done all this stuff, I've done my investigating. I do not want to approach that other building yet. I will scope out the outer perimeter to make sure it's not like gonna collapse. But I don't want to go in. I just want to make sure like if I wait for the group either like for tomorrow, it's not gonna slide into the cavern and landslide right away.
Okay.
Like how precarious from a distance does this building look?
It doesn't look precarious. If anything, it looks like if you drop an object in honey and it begins to sink through it. So it looks like part of the building is now like part of the floor.
Great. I'm like so innately curious and don't want to do this by myself.
Can you roll me an insight check?
Yeah. Sorry. That is a 10. Oh no, sorry, 16.
Oh,
I'm plus
okay,
6
well,
to
that's
insight.
that's a lot better.
Yeah.
You feel that you're the one that's a day in front. Sorry, a day behind, because they are still working through the same cycle. So you would guess that if perhaps you were in the same place, you might be able to sync back up.
Like get pulled to the future. Oh god. Okay, so they went to the Magister's Tower and then they left and then it jumped to me. So I go back towards the Magister's Tower. Well, I don't know where they would be. I go back
But
to the
you saw one of
Oh, I saw
them.
the flicker. So yeah, so I head back in the direction the shadow was moving.
Yeah,
And I just go Geo, Lorea, Q, Moro, anybody?
Okay,
as
as
I
you
do that.
follow where you saw that flicker was moving, and it seems to be
Yeah.
much with many things in terms of places of worship. They was put them sometimes at a place of higher elevation, and you can see that as they're walking up, there is this like stone igloo looking building with a triangle. Can Geo, Lorea, and Ku, can you all roll me perception checks, please?
Yes, we can. 14.
9.
A 19.
On a 19, Ku, I don't know whether it's like the old vampire side of you, but as you're standing in this church looking at this big dragon statue, like it's almost like the echo of this sacred place, with it being a dome, the sound sort of vibrates off stuff. You can hear, I don't know if you'd find it annoying, just this, it's like you can hear him like just in the echo of things. So you know that he's at least either outside or in this building, but not with you.
I'll relate that and, start trying to follow the echo if I can.
Okay, Bellini, can you make me a perception check as well?
Yeah. 23.
Yeah, you begin to see shorter figure. Like I'd say even like a slightly spectral out of phase coup as the two of you get closer and closer.
Can I reach out my hand to like grab him? Yeah. And try to like anchor myself to him.
Okay. Geo, whilst this is happening, can you make me a wisdom saving throw?
Yeah. – 11.
Ooh, it's a fail. You begin to feel something grasping at the side of your head. And you look over, and much like usual, as you see him, it's become almost like, yeah, he's there. Alistair is standing there, but you can see his eyes are completely black. And in your head, you hear a voice that you haven't heard in quite a while, and sort of the jangling of metal. If you want a little help, all you have to do is ask.
Yeah, I don't trust you. I appreciate the powers, but I don't trust you.
Now, let's not be hasty. I'm sure we can come to a mutually beneficial agreement.
Can you stop this stupid time dilation?
Is that a yes?
I'm asking a question first.
It is within my capability.
Can you give me the power to stop the time dilation?
What would I get in return?
What do you want in return?
A true champion.
That's where you take over my body. I don't know if I'm ready for that yet.
No, that would be a vessel. You would have free will, to an extent.
Yeah, that's the to an extent part is the part that I don't like. I understand I'm dumb, but I'm still intelligent.
Well, perhaps another time.
We'll see.
And it sort of fades back out. As the two of you sort of go to touch each other's hands, they sort of pass through each other, but you can feel some form of tangible feeling. I said feel twice. But you can feel there is something there as you're trying to touch each other. Again, that sounded weird.
Just a way of the Exillian Expanse.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I saw a bunch of Spring Awakening clips, so I just have the song "Touch Me" stuck in my head.
Touch me.
Yeah.
Can I signal to the others to get over to where I am?
I'll go over there.
I mean, yeah, that is
Yeah.
something you can do. It's not very hard.
Do
I don't know
Yeah,
why
I'll go
I
over
would
there.
need to be like, yeah, go for it.
we see Spectral Bellini?
Yeah, I would say so. Now that Ku's sort of drawing him in.
Okay. I'll try and touch as well.
I'll go
We
behind him and
cascade
see if I can
us.
push him.
As this is happening, Larea, can you roll me a percentile dice?
85.
Okay. I would say that there is like, you've begun to notice it, but now that you're in this place and you're trying to do this, you begin to feel like this warmth, and it is slightly comedic for you, but you can feel, like, ever so slightly, like a voice that's trying to grasp at the corner of your mind, and then swearing. But they're definitely swearing in, like, Sylvan.
Here, I'll go in my mind. Is that you?
On an 83, you feel like pushing past the veil, almost like the hand through a curtain. It breaks, and you do hear his voice like, "Oh, for fuck's sake." Yes, it is me.
Listen, I don't know what's going on. Do you have any idea?
It's a heartbeat, dear.
A worm's heartbeat?
It's a worm's dying heartbeat. You need to touch him in between the breath.
Okay. Do I notice a heart beating, breathing rhythm in
I'd
anything?
say
Candle flickering
on an 83 and summoning a form of your patron into this, yes, you can feel every now and then there is like a warmth that pulses through the stone.
Okay. I'll say aloud, like, wait, on my mark, and I'll feel it out in 3, 2, 1, and I'll try and touch and try and get Ku and Geo to sync up with me as well.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll do what I can.
Yeah.
You feel that sort of vibration. As she points out, you guys also, as you are coinciding to do this together, you can feel that deep vibration pass through, and then there is a pause, like almost when you inhale and then exhale, there's like a pause. And as it does, rather than Bellini being pulled to you, all three of you sort of feel the stretch, and you are pulled to him, and the tiles on the floor of the church crack all the way along the serpentine pattern. But you are all back together.
Leanie!
What's up? I learned a lot of really cool things. Also, I think I pulled you back a day.
No, you
So-
pulled them forward.
Oh, I pulled y'all forward a day.
I think I learned that the worm is dying, so I'm not sure if that's a fun fact.
I think I learned how to get to him. But
Perfect.
I also realized that with you marking this breath, that this worm is trying to find a way to survive and has created this time sphere. So every tick of its heartbeat resets those things, like the candle and the cart and I think it's trapping the magisters who are trying to stop this, and it's gonna erupt out of the crack that lady's wagon fell on. So we need to get into those tunnels and stop this. And I have 2 ways that I think we can get there. This and I like point at the barn that's kind of sinking, and and then also I point out like the shades of stone and whatnot.
Cool.
Also, I really need to pee. So I'm gonna walk away from the camera.
I also
for a
need to
second.
pee, so we can do a 5-minute break and everyone get refreshments.
Great. Great.
All right.
All right, we'll be back in a little bit.
In 5 minutes. Cool.
me a place among my brethren, the pines, the bees, the frost. I cannot stay where nature's embrace is lost. Find me where Canoe makes his revelry. Where the horned one sleeps. Down by riverside resting. No one but me. Leave behind your troubles and your worries. Set your soul on fire and dance among the trees. Oh, find me where Canoe makes his revelry. Ooh, where the horned one sleeps. Deep in woodlands running. No one but me. Wake up, wreathed in ivy, bathed in the light of the moon. Through the canopy I see the light of the stars shining through. Down by shoreside singing. No one but me. Find me where Canoe makes his revelry. Where the horned one sleeps. Blacksmith, blacksmith, forge me a blade of the strongest steel, that when I strike my enemies, their wounds may never heal. Blacksmith, blacksmith of your blade, legends there shall rise, for the blade that you will forge for me will deliver us from the night, the night. Oh. Strike, turn, hammer and burn. The bellows teach and the fires burn. Iron, oil, temper and toil. The forge ain't hot if your blood don't boil. Blacksmith, blacksmith, forge me a blade to slay that evil heel. A sword that gleams like diamonds that can make the darkness kneel. Blacksmith, blacksmith, forge me a blade of the strongest steel, that when I strike my enemies, their wounds may never heal. Blacksmith, blacksmith of your blade, legends there shall rise, for the blade that you will forge for me will deliver us from the night, the night. sunshine. The world ain't ready for a work so fine. Blacksmith, blacksmith, forge me a blade, for to purge the blight which creeps upon this world. We love to take from us the light. Blacksmith, blacksmith, forge me a blade of the strongest steel, that when I strike my enemies, their wounds may never heal. Blacksmith, blacksmith of your blade, legends there shower eyes, for the blade that you will forge for me will deliver us from the night. Blacksmith, blacksmith, forge me a blade of the strongest steel, that when I strike my enemies, their wounds may never heal. Blacksmith, blacksmith of your blade, legends there shower eyes, for the blade that you will forge for me will deliver us from the night, the night. Killers, thieves, thick of skin, till your ruthless trial begins. Let the judge's word sink in, a lifetime on the Isle of Sin. Hey, 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 welcome to the Isle of Sin. Jagged rock, sea-slit caves, no way out but the 10-foot waves. You'll cry out to be saved, no reprieve for the criminal slave. Hey, 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 welcome to the Isle of Sin. Cursed stone, blessed ore, swing your pick till you hit the floor. Break your filthy back some more, until you strike the mithril score. Hey, 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 welcome to the Isle of Sin. With your life, pay your dues, work or die, it's yours to choose. You've got nothing left to lose, the shacks await should you refuse. Hey, 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 welcome to the Isle of Sin. An empty look behind your eyes, no soul of a man left there to find. No hope within these iron sights, you're worth these minds till the day you die. Welcome to the Isle of Sin. Hey, 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 welcome to the Isle of Sin. Hey, welcome to the Isle of Sin. Her soul and mine, they're one and the same. Split one in twain, and we both feel the pain. The sins of one father run red in our veins. Through darkness and hunger, she remained, but her heart no more
Okay, yeah.
beats.
We return. You guys are either inside or hanging around the church. You were discussing options of how to traverse downwards, basically. And we're just gonna pick right off where we left.
You guys want to come
away.
check out this barn? Yeah. I lead the group to the barn.
Let's go.
Okay.
And then I also let them know that I went to the Magister Tower because they wouldn't know I went there. And there was at one point something on a board, but also the Magisters were drawing on this, and I show like my copy of the Magister's drawing, and there were two of them standing up at the board. I don't know if it was different on your day or not.
Yeah, it was. And I'll highlight the difference.
Sure.
And I point out that there was something on a board. I don't know if there was for you.
Yeah, the spiral was in the board. I was too dumb to figure out anything beyond that.
Oh, cool. And then I talk about the locked room and how I found these notes and this stone, and there was a corkboard with presumably a map or something on it, but it wasn't there when I was there.
Ku's just standing behind him reading the map.
And then we get to the barn. Oh, I also befriended lots of local birds, so we might have a bird swarm as an ally. I did bribe them with bread, and talked to all of them and befriended some of them. So,
Okay.
And now that they're on my day, is the bird swarm still flying around?
Yeah.
Cool. And I point up and I go, "That's them." So they'll stop by periodically. Expect once they notice that you were all with me, them to descend. Just a heads up. Don't be freaked out. There will just be lots of birds.
And I'll look at Morrow and be like, "It's fine, but you can just scare them off, buddy." And I'll pat him on the head.
Don't do that. They're my friends. And then I take them to the sinking barn. And I go, "Oh yeah." And then I discovered this. I don't know what to make of it, but I want to go inside, but I didn't want to do it alone.
Yeah, you guys approach this image. Even for you, Bellini, it's definitely a lot lower than it was. It is made of stone. The sort of slates of the roof have half of them fallen off because it is slightly sideways. It's further sunk into the ground, but what you notice is that there isn't any earth thrown up around it. It looks like it's literally just sort of phasing through the ground.
Cool. Not disconcerting at all. Let's go inside.
Yeah.
Okay. You sort of make your way through, since it's now partially sideways, it looks like a diamond shape of a door, and the door's gone. You make your way through. You can see that the floor looks relatively normal, like just simple earth. Towards the back end, though, there is a... it hasn't sunken in, but it looks to be like half of a circle with some sort of melted statue on top of it that maybe constituted maybe a fountain at some point. There's not much else in the area. You can see like some crates are halfway through the ground. There's different tools and stuff all over the place. There doesn't seem to be anyone in here either.
Well, that's good, at least.
And it's just the building that's sinking, not the floor is solid.
So it looks like this was built on ground. They didn't put a floor in themselves. There is some form of sort of older fountain, it looks like maybe, that has not sunk. But this building itself, so the walls and the roof and the crates that were inside it and some of the barrels, maybe like an old cart, they're all sort of halfway through the ground.
Are we sinking or no?
No, you can even see your footsteps if they sort of like make a little gouge in the dirt.
I'll start mold earthing. It kind of all around, really.
Sure.
I look at the fountain.
As you mold earth, you just are pulling up like the rest of a crate, or just more earth. If you want to keep going, you can dig your way through, but as you go and look at the fountain, can you make me a either perception or investigation, depending on what are you looking at it, or are you going to like inspect it?
I'm just like looking at it. I just kind of want to see, like, figure out, like, I'm not like looking at details of it. I'm just like, why is this not sinking? Is there something different? I'm trying to use perception because I get an advantage. I rolled poorly and got a 14 total.
14's still pretty good. It appears that much like some of this other architecture, it definitely has been melted with dragonfire. With a 14, you can tell that at some point maybe it formed. It's a statue, so it must have been some form of iconography of something. You can't quite tell what it might be on a 14. You definitely know that it has 4 legs.
Okay.
And I'd say you can see that some parts where this statue has been melted, that was one instance, but there are other parts where there are bits missing or it's been chipped off, and especially around the base there's lots of like scoring marks of maybe metal would have made that.
Interesting. Okay.
So those would be more recent.
Okay. If I drop, my lights are flickering for some reason. The cam should stay up because it's website hosted, but if I drop, I don't know what's going on. Weird power fluctuations. But yeah. Cool. But I note that this has been dragon touched. Have the walls been dragon touched, like crafted using dragon fire or anything like that?
No. Like I said, you guys would have understood that the architecture of the old city is anything that's been melted, and then the architecture of the new stuff is just, they would look
Anything
like a
else?
building. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I'll dig deeper. I will investigate the fountain and see, like, if I can identify the creature.
Okay, yeah, roll me a... Ooh.
Investigation.
Either survival or investigation, now that you know it's an animal.
I will take survival because that's a +6 and not a +0. So that's an 18.
Yeah, you can see the 4 limbs seem properly placed apart. There seems to be something towards the rear end of the body that curls round. There's definitely scales, so by theory of detect, you can guess this probably was at some point a statue of a dragon
That got turned into a fountain.
Well, it's a statue of a dragon that was a fountain.
Oh, in the okay. So there's like a fountain basin, and then there's a dragon. Gotcha. Can I identify the color of dragon that it was?
It's made of stone, bro.
I don't know if they painted it or not.
Oh god. That's a good question though. What was your survival?
18.
Oh, that is pretty good. Yes, you can tell that it would have been. It would have been. Hang on.
What flavor breath weapon does it have? Because then I can tell you what color it is.
I will tell you
Okay.
when it loads.
All I know is blue or bronze for lightning.
Red and copper is fire. Green
It's
and
red, copper, and gold is fire.
Yeah, and then green and oh god, what is the poison metallic?
You
No,
would guess that
acid
this
metallic.
it looks sort of like a brass dragon, but slightly different.
And brass breeze
Fire.
fire. Okay. But slightly different.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's at least metallic, which in theory are friendlier.
You would,
theory.
yeah, I would say, like I said before, you know enough that maybe they would have worshipped the nice ones, so they
Yeah.
might have made statues of the nice ones.
Yeah. Cool. So it might be a copper or no, brass, right?
Mm-hmm.
You said brass.
Brass.
Yeah, it might be a brass wormling underground. That's really good info to know.
Mhm.
And I think we should get out of this barn before it sinks into the ground and smushes us. Now that we know this information. Unless
I
you
thought
guys
this was
have
going to be a
found
tunnel.
anything else.
I will say, for Yuku, it is the same statue.
Same statue as what?
As the head that you found in the church.
I'll note that for everyone.
It's like, is it the same maker or like it's the same dragon being?
It's the same dragon being depicted, as far as you can tell.
Okay.
Like, this one's very melted, but it looks about the same.
Okay, so this is the one they were worshipping, I guess.
Okay, let's try and get to a tunnel then and see if we can have an audience with him.
Yeah. I exit the barn. Does the crew follow?
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
Cool. And then I find my way down to the area of lighter colored stone that I saw earlier from the top of the Magister's Tower.
To make your way there, you would have to rappel down the side of the cliff.
Does it coincide
if
with
you were-
the info we have from the map?
So the info you have from the map is that the shrine should be one, the church.
Should be the entrance to a tunnel.
Yeah.
Oh, then I go back to the church.
Yeah, I was going to say. That seems safer.
Yeah.
Then rappelling down the side of the cliff. That's why
Yes.
I interjected. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I was going to interject. Don't
Unless
worry.
you guys want to do it, I don't
No.
mind. We can totally do that.
No. No.
I do like pipe in some ropes in there, like I get some extra sturdy ones, and I make sure it's long enough to go all the way down, just in case we aren't able to run back up the tunnel that we came down, so that we can then try to climb the ropes if we need to make a speedy escape. And by speedy, I mean very slow, very dangerous, as we try to climb the ropes out of the canyon. And then I go to the church and find the entrance to the tunnel.
As you go back to the church, you sort of Coop points out this dragon hair statue, which again is behind these sort of very large depictions of the Trinity. You can see as you're looking at it, its head is tilted and curved, so it doesn't look directly at the back of these statues. It is curved off to one side.
Can I pray real quick at the statue of my god? Because I'm in a church.
Yeah, roll me a percentile dice.
Cool. 42.
You just feel a nice little warmth.
Cool. I was like, it'd be rude to not do this, as Bellini's a canonically religious character. I think Zephyrix would be mad if I didn't. So.
But yeah, you can see that the jaws are slightly parted. There's a little bit of dust in the cracks of where the teeth are. Its head is craned off.
What is it looking at? If it's
You guys watch as Larea sort of moves her head up, so it's like in line with the statue and is doing that thing. It just points at what appears to be a stone wall, like it's an igloo. So it just appears to be part of the wall.
or touch the wall and look for a brick to push and go to diagonally.
Make me a perception or investigation.
Nope.
I can
It's
try
a
breaking
4.
the wall.
Can I roll a perception or investigation, or give her advantage?
You can roll as well if you want. Yeah, sure.
Cool. That's 23.
There's a wall. There's nothing there.
Okay. Try mold earthing the. Can you? Oh no, that's stone shape. Never mind.
Only dirt.
Only
Can I not mold stone?
I don't know. It's your spell.
Stone, yes. I'll mold earth it. Yeah. Dirt or stone. I'll break the wall down with mold earth.
The wall. Which wall?
The wall. What other wall is there, could we be talking about currently?
I want us to take a third-person view of an old man tending to a garden as the back half of his church is blown open, and there is now just a nice door-looking hole in the side of his building, and you can see he's like looking up at all of you.
It's fine, and I'll mold earth it back into its place.
You hear he's like,
yes.
fucking kids, and then goes back to tending to it.
I'll just point to the group and be like, I'm stupid. I thought the dragon was pointing to a secret entrance, but clearly I'm just dumb.
It's okay. We all are dumb. I'll own that one. Maybe not Ku, but yes. Can I look at the statue, and does the head turn if I turn the dragon's head? Does it so it's looking straight on? Does something happen?
Can you make me a strength check?
I don't want to force it, but I want to you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Can I help with mold earth if it's a stone statue?
Yeah, if you want to.
Well, so here's the good news. I rolled really well. Here's the bad news. It's a -1. So I got a 14.
Well, you can roll with advantage because she's helping you.
Oh, great. It's still a 14.
Okay. A 14 is good enough. You don't break it off. You just sort of you hear this grating sound as you you move, and you can see that there is like a circular piece right where the base of the neck is, and you sort of crane the statue. Where do you move it to? Is my question.
So it's looking.
It's looking at the back of 3 figures that sort of meld into one, and you know each of them.
I have it look at Zephyrix.
Okay. Nothing happens.
I have it look at the one in the middle, whose name I don't know.
The Weaver, yeah. As you move it to Zephyrix, you're sort of like a little bit of pride goes up, and you're like, "Watch this." You move it to Zephyrix, and it's like, "Oh," and then you move it back, and you do hear a shifting of stone inside the wall, and then it sort of splits open almost, and part of the floor retracts into stairs that begin to mold themselves. You get a smell of wet old earth as that staircase just descends into darkness.
I go, well, I can see in the dark, so I don't know about the rest of y'all, but
I
yeah.
can definitely see in the dark. I have devil's sight.
Well, this is new for me, okay?
I can't see in the dark, but I don't really mind.
I mean, I also have spells for that.
Yeah, things
And
bump
more
into
torches.
Geo. Geo doesn't bump into anything.
Yeah, I'll light my hooded lantern. I can't see in the dark.
Fair
I'm
enough.
not really interested in falling downstairs.
I'll
That
I'll
makes
cast
sense.
a little light cantrip on like a pebble or something because I just have that. Because I'm an Azamar.
Othermar.
I just have produce flame, and I just walk. That's how I used to see in the dark. Or I'd summon Eth. One of the two.
Yeah, you can see the sort of walls, there's very uneven stone. You can hear a steady drip of water. And the deeper you go, you can see that shift in the color, and carvings begin to appear in the wall as the stairs sort of plateau out into a corridor. You can see these depictions of these ancient serpents with wings and spirals and coiled shapes that repeat like again and again all over the place. As you walk deeper, you begin to notice sconces every now and then that looks like some form of people would have made this, like pillars with iconography on it. And about 10 minutes in to you guys walking along this, you walk past and out of the darkness in front of you, because you've lit up your area, you can see a flickering amber light, and one of the sconces is lit.
So it looks like someone's been here recently, is what you're saying.
Yes.
I mean, we've been stuck in a day loop, so define recently.
That's a very good point.
True.
As you guys move through, let me roll a d4. Wait, oh, how am I get 1, 2, 3? Geo, you feel a drip of water hit your face, and then it retracts up and back into the stone.
I think we're getting closer.
Okay.
Eventually, the tunnel opens into just a very large subterranean chamber. It's about 30 feet up. You can see like jagged, I can never remember which ones it is, stalactites at the top of
Lights
the...
are tied to the ceiling. Mics
Yes!
might be on the ground.
At the top of the floor, and at the center of the chamber is this massive circular pit that sort of jumps inwards, and you can see that there are runic symbols etched all around the rim. Some of them have been broken, some of them have been shattered. And there are iron chain. Oh my god! There are iron chains.
Stop.
Sorry. On one part of the wall, there are a bunch of iron chains that look like they have manacles attached to them, and you would guess maybe you would attach humanoids to those manacles.
Cozy.
Aside from that, you can see a massive statue of a dragon. Like this iconography of this brass dragon is sort of looking over this pit.
Yeah, this is the place, all right.
Can I look down into the pit?
Yeah, it disappears into darkness. But I'd say with your robe of eyes, you do see a shift of movement.
Can I pull a torch out of my bag, light it, and drop it down into the pit? So there's light. See how far down it goes.
Yeah. Drop it. Just seems to disappear. And as it's reaching the bottom, and you hear a splash just before, you see a flash of metallic sort of brass and coppery light. But there is something wrong with one part of the edge of it. You can see that there is a black, almost like tar-like substance covering the rest of that portion that you quickly see.
Can I shot down and go, are you okay? Do you need help?
You don't hear anything back.
Well, I found the dragon, guys. He's in the pit.
I'm very tempted to just jump in, but I know that's a bad idea.
Are there stairs somewhere that lead down to the bottom of the pit?
Doesn't look like it. It's got like, I'm trying to think of. It's very sharp edge steps down, and then just a massive hole. So it looks like it's some sort of. It's more there for ritual than it is for an actual purpose. It's more there for flavor.
Do any of you speak Draconic by chance?
No, but I can
think one
speak
of
with
you
animals.
does.
I speak Common, Druidic, Ordic, Primordial. And then...
I do not yet.
Yeah, I don't either.
I can try to speak to it in Celestial,
does-
but I doubt that'll do something.
Does speak with animals give me the ability to speak with dragons?
No, they are their own separate entity.
Okay. Not currently, no. Maybe I'll
will
learn
say
a new
what
language
you-
eventually.
Oh, I have
What-
comprehend languages! What the fuck?
I will say what you do know of the silver dragon that you met. He could talk to you in your heads. You don't have much else experience aside from a black dragon that tried to kill all of you. That is about
is
the
true.
extent of dragon knowledge.
We do know that there. No, I was gonna make a bad joke. Never mind.
I can go try and steal one of its scales so it gets mad at us.
No, we don't
no,
want it
no,
mad.
Don't do
We
that.
either need to kill it or save it, and I would rather save it so it does us a favor.
Is this a bad time to tell you guys that the Lord of Torment talked to me?
Oh,
I mean, is there ever a good time for that?
Gio just
I
raises
think
his
it'll
hands.
depend
like,
on what he want. What did the Lord of Torment want?
He wanted to give me all his powers so I would have like 60% control over my body and he'd have 40.
did you take the deal?
This time, actually, I said no.
Oh, I'm
But he
proud
like
of
looks
you.
happy as he says it.
I'm
As-
That's
proud of
growth.
you.
I'm proud of you.
Because I just rolled to see if something happened. As you guys are talking, and literally as those words leave Gio's voice, I'd say all of you hear like a delighted chuckle, and the chains of dreadful glow, and you can see the large dragon statue opposite you guys. Its eyes glow red, and the interlocking plates of stone of its scales begin to crack, and the head moves. And I need all of you to roll initiative for me.
Bitch.
All right,
You-
fine.
You said no, Gio. I'm sorry.
I got a
said-
nat 20. Or 22.
I got a 21.
Hang on. God. Oh, I got most of those. Bellini, what was yours?
18.
18. Oh my god. So large.
Are you calling Bellini fat?
Yes.
Bellini is canonically way too.
He's
skinny
yeah. I
for
swear
a
he.
turtle.
I thought you said that he was like.
He's super heavy. Yeah.
No, Bellini is like concerningly skinny. For a
Oh,
turtle.
I always imagined him like slightly rotund. I won't lie.
The way with his shell and the way his clothes fit, but like the moment the like jacket comes off and he's just in his vest, you can tell he's like, oh, Turtle should be like 400 pounds, and Bellini's like should see a doctor.
When you visit Mom Bellini, is Mama Turtle, is she like, you need to eat more, come on,
Yeah.
shoving food in you.
Yeah. And I'm like, but I have good berries, Mom. It's enough food for a day. Like, no.
Good berries
Um,
won't sustain you, child. Okay. I did not prepare a map for this.
That's fine.
but we are going to go into a little bit of combat as
The statue comes to life.
as the statue comes to life and begins to sort of crack and move. The first person up, because it's not a surprise, although it is a bit of a surprise, but not an ambush. Geo, you are up first as you see this thing come to life. I would say all of you know that this thing is hostile, for sure.
I've 22. He had 21.
I thought you said 20. Sorry, my mistake.
I had a nat
Ray.
20 for 22. Sorry.
The Ray is up
Is
first,
there
and then it's Geo.
is there
and-
anything else that I see besides the statue?
Apart from a pit in the middle? No.
Okay. I will Form of Dread as a
Okay.
bonus action.
Sure.
And I'm gonna position in the back line, and I'm going to Eldritch Blast him.
Okay.
That is going to be first to hit is a nat 20 for 27.
Definitely hits.
I'll roll for the second to attack and then do all the damage in one go, if that's all right.
Yeah, that's fine.
The second misses. Unless he has an AC of 9, it misses.
No.
That is going to be 12 force damage and 3 necrotic. 11 for... No, 12. Sorry, I can't count. 12 force damage, 3 necrotic.
Okay.
And I need to roll 10 hit points. That is 9 temp hit points. That is very nice. Good roll, good roll. Do I see it have any effect, the Eldritch Blast?
It definitely hits. You see a chunk of stone sort of flies off it.
Does it look effective?
As it would against a piece of stone, yeah. It looks pretty effective, yeah.
Okay. Cool. That ends my turn.
Okay. Geo and Ku, you both share the same initiative, so I will let you interchange each round, whatever one wants to go first.
I will let Geo go first for this round because I like him within 5 feet of this thing.
That would make
Makes
sense. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'm gonna run up to it and then take All Star and then just try and hit it twice.
Go for it.
The first one I'm guessing I miss with a 10.
That is miss.
The second one is a 23.
Definitely hits.
And that is 5 plus. So 6 total damage on my first attack. And then I'm gonna invoke Giant's Might.
I have to say I also forgot to apply the crit damage that I did with my nat 20. If it's too late, it's too late, but if we can still count it, it's 10 extra force damage. Sorry.
No, we can count that. That's fine. It's only stuff when you forget to like do an action or invoke a thing or stuff like that.
Yeah, I just
So I'll
miscalculated,
just be like-
honestly.
Too late. Okay. Anything else, Gio? As
Nope,
you
that's everything.
blah blah blah. Ku, you're up.
I will get back with where Larea is in the back line, and then I will use my bonus action to Evil Eye at this thing, so it needs to make a DC 14 Charisma save.
Yeah, that's a 10.
All right, so it is
It's a
marked,
statue.
and now I'm going to shoot it
Cool.
with
Yeah,
a
go
hand
for it.
crossbow. I'm going to guess a 27 hits.
27 does hit.
Okay, give me a moment. This is going to take a second. I'm going to make it my favorite foe.
Okay.
To get to add a d4, and then I will use my reaction as well to Curse of the Debilitated. All right. So,
Sorry.
22 points of piercing damage and 5
Hell
points
yes.
of necrotic.
Amazing. Anything else on your turn?
No, I can't do anything else. That is quite literally all of my stuff.
All right. Bellini.
I'm going to, as an action, summon F.
Classic.
Who produces next to the dragon, but someplace where it does not hit my teammates when he gets summoned in. The statue needs to make a dexterity saving throw against my spell save DC.
That is a 4.
That fails. The dragon takes, if it can take fire damage, 2d6 fire damage. Or the
It
statue. It takes 6 points of fire damage.
Yeah, you do see like a little bit of it is scorched off. It's more annoying than anything else, but it definitely does something.
F is here. And then as a bonus action, I cast Shillelagh on my staff of the woodlands, because I think it then does more damage. Yeah, it does. It also hits harder. So yeah, I cast Shillelagh on my staff of the woodlands, and I get in range to fuck it up.
Okay. It is gonna go for Geo.
But I will flank it. I will try to flank it. So Geo gets flank bonus.
Ooh, there's a
I
question.
will try to like.
It hasn't moved, and it had its back up against the wall. So I'd say you
Okay.
can be next to Geo, but you wouldn't be able to flank it.
I want to be
Because Geo
positioned
moved first, and it
first.
hasn't.
Yeah.
It can't move forwards now. So
Oh, that's fine. Then I will be to its side on the non-pit side of it. Because I don't want to be threatened to get knocked in.
that makes sense. Yeah.
But I want to stand in a way that if it breath weapons, it can't hit me with, and Geo with a breath weapon. I don't know if it has one, but it's a statue of a dragon. So I'm going to put 2 and 2 together.
It's gonna go for Geo. And you watch as it's just this torrent of like claws and bite of stone. It doesn't have a breath weapon. The first one is a 26.
That hits.
For 12, 16 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
The second one is a. Oh my god! Why can't I do maths? A 24.
That also hits.
I'm just gonna do them all at once, actually. A 23.
That also hits.
A 16.
That misses.
So that's 2. 19.
That also hits.
That's 3. It's 13. And 6 is 19. Plus 12 is 31 points of slashing damage.
Ouch.
Ouch. And we're back to the top of the round. Larea.
Okay, after me and Ku both have done necrotic damage, can I discern whether that harms him at all? Would he be resistant or immune? Since it's stone.
Good question. Make me an insight roll.
So good at those. 11?
I wouldn't say you'd be able to tell. No.
Okay, I'll risk it. I'll cast Hex on it as a bonus action. So it'll get an extra d6 of necrotic whenever I damage it, and it has disadvantage on. I will choose any strength ability.
Okay.
And for my action, I'll cast Eldritch Blast again. The first one, 12.
Sorry, 12 does not hit.
Okay. Second one is a 19 to hit.
19 is a hit.
Okay. Gonna roll my damage. 14 force and 12 necrotic.
Awesome.
And that ends my turn.
Okay. Geo or Ku?
You can go first this time since I'm already in front.
All right. In that case, I'm gonna shoot it again.
Go for it.
Dirty 20 with my main hand.
Is the hit.
All right. That was 20 points of piercing.
Awesome.
And then offhand.
I would say at that you begin to see cracks forming at all the seams. You guess maybe if it had blood, it would be bloodied.
That's fair. I'm guessing a 19 will hit.
Mm-hmm.
Right, let me read favored foe real quick. Okay. Do not get that, but it's okay. Another 10 points of piercing damage.
Amazing.
And then that's it. I'm gonna save my reaction in case it comes for me.
Okay, yeah,
so
I will say you guys have noticed this before, because we haven't actually said it like in character. As Ku is firing off these bolts, you can like hear the humming in the air as they are shot, and you kind of intuitively know about Sabsathul now, so you would guess his shots are magical, and that is why they are doing what they are doing to this statue.
Yeah, I got magic crossbows.
You got magic crossbows. You would guess it's probably resistant to non-magical attacks, but because as you're hearing the vibration, and I'd say even part of it like helps it sink into the stone, it's like, yes, you are so glad you stole those from that ship. Anything else?
Oh no, these are. I am still using the
those
ones
your
from
normal ones?
Silvered.
Nice.
Yeah,
Yes.
because they're +1 and get one in each hand. That's all for me. That was my action, bonus action. I'm not gonna move, and I'm not gonna use my reaction yet in case it aims for me.
Awesome. Geo, you're up.
I'm just gonna try and take Dreadfall to hit him again. The first one is a nat 20.
That is definitely hit.
Okay, so that is 24, 30. That's 30 points of damage, not including my giant might roll.
Nice.
But I will still roll that to see how much that adds. 35.
Amazing.
And
Anything
ignore
else?
that damage roll. Yeah, I'm gonna hit it again.
Go for it.
It does a 22 hit.
22 hits.
Okay. And that is 14 plus 3, so 17.
Whew. Yes. Yep. Anything else?
No.
Bellini, you're up.
I will, as a action, how many? I get one hit with my, yeah. I'm gonna take my shillelagh staff and just whack the statue. Does a 27 hit?
27 is a hit.
Cool. It takes 8 points of magical bludgeoning damage.
Hell yeah.
And then as a bonus action, I am going to healing word Geo for, please hold. Geo, you heal. Because I'm pretty sure that you're the only one who's been hit so far. For 8 plus a d8. 14 points of damage. And hold on, I need to look at something. That's not fire damage. Okay, that's fine. So yeah. Yeah, Gio, you heal 14 points of damage.
Okay. Thank you, Bellini. I'm back up to 70.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Cool.
Anything else?
No, that's it. F is just kind of floating above the statue.
Yeah, as all of these attacks are happening, you watch as Bellini sends off that magic. As soon as he does, the almost a very like there's a pause in the combat enough that there's tension, and you can hear the creaking of stone as it sees the healing go off. It just turns its head towards Bellini, and I'm gonna go for you instead.
Yeah, that's fine. It can try.
First one is a crit.
No, it's not.
The first one is a 19 plus 27.
Yeah, that hits.
I'm gonna use my runic shield on the second attack. So he has to re-roll it.
That's a crit.
Damn.
No, it's not.
Again?
Yeah, I'm not letting it crit me.
Is lucky just you can just do it, or is it a reaction?
Yeah. No, I can just do it.
No, it's just do it. Nice. At least I'm burning through them. 17 plus 25.
Yeah, that hits. That's fine.
12 points of piercing damage for the first one. Can't believe that was a
Cool.
first attack. You guys made me roll so many times. One of them's a dirty 20 to hit.
That's fine.
Next one is a 24 to hit.
Okay.
21.
Yeah, that hits.
And a 27.
Yeah, that hits.
Jesus Christ.
That's 4. What are you? 7, 11, 18. Oh, shit. 26 plus 16. 42 points of slashing damage.
That's close.
And that's its turn. I just do like doing on them all at once.
Yeah. You're good. Do you want to know how many hit points I've left?
4.
Sure, hit me.
2.
Nice. But yeah, I just I love the image of like as Bellini's like, I can heal you. You just hear the like the creaking of stone. Lorea.
My whole 8 points of bludgeoning damage did so much or 14. Sorry.
Oh,
No,
that would
I did 8
actually that would be even better if it's like I can heal and then bang and it's like like
I'll
pretty
I'll celestial revelation to get a little bit extra damage as well.
Sure.
I'll and for my bonus action and for my action, I'll Eldritch Blast. Because what else is a warlock good for? 17 to hit.
17 is a hit.
Good. I'll roll the second one as well. That one misses. I'll roll my damage. I got 14 force, and 9 necrotic, and I forgot to ask all the turns, so I'll ask it now. Can it be frightened? I assumed it couldn't. Oh my god. It has to make a wisdom save. Wisdom? Yes.
So how high is the statue?
A 5.
Oh yeah, that fails. He is frightened of me.
Not very.
Okay, it can't run anywhere.
No, but it just he gets
It still gets like disadvantage on a bunch of shit.
Yeah.
mostly targeted at me, I think. Or does it
No,
get
it's while it's in your line of sight, while it can see you.
Sorry guys,
It's
I should have
beautiful.
checked earlier. I just assumed nobody is scared of me. But it's frightened now.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
just most
it-
of the
it's good.
vampires, that's all.
And the fucking hellspawn in our bastion.
Mm-hmm.
And other things. That's my turn.
Yeah, so I've disadvantaged all my attack rolls and ability checks.
Perfect.
Geo, it is your turn. Or Orku, whichever one.
No.
On.
Geo can use hammer.
Hammer.
I'm just gonna all-star him again, and the first one is a 13.
Is a miss.
I don't do any better. I'm going to invoke action surge, so I can go again.
Go for it.
22.
22 is definitely a hit.
And then he does 10 plus 13 points of damage for
Right
my main
on
hand.
the nose. Describe to me what happens as you smash this statue.
I'm a little mad because I can tell that I'm being fucked with, so I'm taking out all of my anger on the statue.
Okay. Yeah, you watch as Geo just again and again, even when the red lights of its eyes has gone out, he's just continuously just smashing this statue to pieces. As those lights do fade, you get the same glow of the chains around the hammer and that marking up your arm, and you hear a voice. You shall be worthy. I can wait. I'm a very patient god.
In my head, I'm
fades
just going to
out.
be like, I'll take the deal, but I get 90% of control and you get 10.
Stop it, Rain, you naughty boy. Okay.
Hey, 10% of my actions won't be my own actions. So
Rain, I have 2 hit points. You can say this after I heal.
we're not in combat. You can heal right now.
That's true. Yeah, I heal myself.
Cool. As you are healing yourself, so I was just making a note. You can see that Dreadful begins to vibrate as like a shimmer of magic around it, and thin cracks of red light sort of spider around the hammer. As you say yes, the red light transfers up and around some parts of your coat and a little bit of your armor that you wear, you can see runic symbols in abyssal just begin to creep their way across your form with a dull red glow, almost like you've heated some parts of the, I can't remember what you wear, chainmail. The hammer for a moment doubles in size and then sort of shrinks back down again, like it does when you yourself do. And a crown of jagged iron appears above Geo's head, which is a weird thing to think about when he's a hippo, but I'll get over it. You have awakened Dreadful, so I will change your vestige as you feel this necrotic energy begin to seep from yourself into the hammer. It does not hurt you, but you can feel it slowly like ebbing at your hands, and your hands have like this very cold, almost skeletal feel to them.
Well, this feels different than I thought I was going to. As long as he agreed to the 90% versus 10, I'm okay.
Another thing, as he finishes smashing the statue and turns around, it can stay if you want it to stay, or it can fade out. Because I don't like doing things to people's characters without their consent. But you can see that all down one part of his face is like a strip of these runes. And his right eye is glowing like this deep red color. And if you don't want it to stay, it will fade out. Or it can show whenever you want it to. But yes, you have awakened the hammer.
It'll show whenever I use Giant's Might, otherwise I look normal.
That new sort of runic armor will be a feature of your hammer, and it will be detailed on there. But yes, you see this sort of entity champion of darkness in front of you.
Yo, what happened?
I
What's
may or may
going
not
on?
have agreed on a 10% rule. I get 90% control of my actions, he gets 10.
I start praying to a share. I panic.
Okay. And just before we end the session, as you begin to pray, roll me your Arcana check.
That's a nat 20 for a 20.
Holy fuck. We will pick this up next session as your vision shifts and you begin to see the twilight of Sanctuary and the gardens. And sitting on a gorgeous stone throne with very ornate looking clouds and other details etched into it, you can see Ashir sort of holding part of his temples and one word, which is shit. And we will finish there. Hope you guys had fun, and we will pick up next time on another episode of the Exillian Expanse. This has been my Wyrdcast, and say goodbye, guys.
Bye,
guys.
Eternity's a gift, they say, to never cross the veil. This life I try to savor, and I try to no avail. Curse that mortal brevity which has rent you from my arms. Curse this cold out eternity without you to keep me warm. Your never-ending elegy is a ballad with no melody, as empty as I. Now you've passed me by. A blessing, no, a malady. Why do roses bloom in spring, only to wither and die? Was good in me, now back to darkness go I. Take with you my sanity, better madness than the pain of my want. All my effort is vanity, and I hear the ravens taunt. Your never-ending elegy is a ballad with no melody, as empty as I. Now you've passed me by. A blessing, no, a malady.